Hi everyone, welcome back to Rich's Garage. It's been a while, it's been just about 2 months since I did a video. One of the reasons is the channel mascot sucker punched me in the eye with his paw and scratched my cornea. So that shut down the garage for a little bit. He was muttering something about building faster right before I got hit. So we've since made up, I'm all healed up, so the bright lights don't bother me anymore. So that, and then doing a little travel for work has kept me away from working on this trailer. But I want to show you that there is some progress made. And see, I was doing a little mock-up here to check how level things are. I'll take you in a little bit deeper. I had a couple of issues. One of the main ones was trying to get that bow out of this back section. Let me move you over here. Let's see here. If you look at the last video, I talked about the rail having that bow in the front here. I was trying to do it with hot water, but it wasn't hot enough. So I tried dipping it in boiling water, and it still wasn't hot enough. So I broke out the wife's hairdryer, and oh, there's the mascot now, I think, barking. He's probably yelling at me about something. So what I did was I put some weight on it, and I started to heat it with the hairdryer, hoping that would relax the plastic. Well, it had a little bit of the opposite effect on the cross members. It actually shrunk it when it heated up. Let me go see what the little dog is doing. Hang on 1 second. Okay, so the dog was saying that I was lying about him, but I wasn't. He did hit me in the eye. Okay, so I broke out the hairdryer, heated this. I took the bow out, but I also wound up melting a little bit these two cross members in particular. That's where I had the weight, and so I didn't see it actually happening. And they're thinner. It's thinner plastic than the side rail, so that took the brunt of the heat a little bit. So the good news is I pretty much got that bow out of it. The bad news is I had tweaked that part of the frame and actually pulled it in. So what I had to do, since I just basically tacked the stuff together with the extra thin Tamiya, I went over it again to activate it, pulled it apart. Even these beams, I wound up, this beam was a little bit bowed, because what I tried to do was put this together, flip it over on a table, and then heat it from the back side to try and make sure that this would be all level in here. But it kind of went awry, so I had to take these cross members out, basically remove this piece off, take these members out because it put a little bit of a bow in it, and then rework everything. I guess what really happened was because it got a little bit too hot, it actually shrunk the plastic instead of just letting me form it a little bit. But got that all sorted out. I wanted to mock it up to get this and check the level on everything. I think it's pretty close. And so now I use the Bondine in here, and right now that's just setting up, so it's probably all dry by now. The other thing that I put the wheels together, the hubs, and just pull these out. So this is, I just put these together to mock up so I get the height. So here are the wheels all together. One thing I did wind up doing is, this is a 5/64 drill bit. I think the axles are 1/16, but I couldn't get I had to drill through the hub. I couldn't get the rims on all the way to meet up with where the brake actuator is. So with that 5/64 drill bit, I basically reamed out all the wheels. And then lastly, the last axle tube is slightly higher than the front two. Actually, I can almost make a case that maybe this one's a little bit lower than the other two. But by taking that 5/64 drill bit and running it in from both sides and boring out the axle tube a little bit, it gave enough vertical play so that this sits level. So that's the rear portion of it. As you can see, I still have to do the beaver tail piece that goes in back. Last thing to talk about is the D-rings. The instructions with the kit have you put these 180 degrees from what I have, that they'd be pointing down. But that's kind of useless if you want to put a load on here or something and simulate, chaining it down or tying it down. It doesn't make sense that the D-rings would be facing down. So I flipped that around and I glue them in place that way. And then the next day it kind of dawned on me that, what I probably should have done was to sand where they have the little mounting piece. Not piece, but it's a little raised portion. I should have really sanded that down and put like a 10,000 piece of square styrene and really lifted this up so that it'd be proud of the rail, and that would just look more realistic. So, a lot of times, right when you have D-rings, they get rusted, and they'll pretty much stay in any orientation you put them. Now I'm going to wind up probably weathering this. That's what I want to do with this trailer. So there you have it. That's the overall update. I got, like I said, build the beaver tail section. Everything else is all ready to get primed. So I'm pretty close. Been doing a little bit of traveling for work. I got to do a little bit more next couple of weeks, but I'm hoping that I can get the last section together. And I don't know if I'm going to put it on or not, because it may get a little bit difficult trying to paint this all as one giant piece. I still have the decking to do, and then there's the fender supports that go in here that I'll put them on before I prime that. So all in all, it's coming along. A couple little steps back, but I think I'm back on track now. So that's it for now, and we'll see you next time. Take care.